Well, welcome back to the channel. It's finally time to get back outdoors and get some stuff done. Everything I've been mentioning in all the other videos. So we're going to start today by finishing the weed eating over here on the side of the building so I can start getting my logs pulled down past the garage so we can get ready to start on the lean-to here. Probably going to be doing a little bit more, probably, hopefully, the last time scraping the gravel down here where the gravel piles used to be. And see, what else are we going to be doing this weekend? I'm not going to be working on the bathroom that I know of because it's going to be hot. I think it's supposed to be, about 92 today. So right now it's only about 74, 75 degrees, low humidity, which is good right now. So we're going, no rain in the forecast. So we'll be taking quite a few breaks once it gets warm outside. But just stay hydrated. And, we're not going to get silly. But we're going to get as much done over the next 2 days as we can because, man, we haven't really been able to do much stuff outside. Robin's been doing some work on the garden. But the main stuff has been on the inside, and that's really what we intended to do in the wintertime. It just didn't happen. So anyway, let's get started. All right, just this quick, see if you can tell. Well, I'll tell you how I can tell. You see down here where the wild daisies are, right there, that is where the yard we maintained stopped and the weeds started. You can see where I've cleared this out already. What I've been explaining the whole time. I mean, that's pretty much the runoff creek kind of, goes on a zigzag, but pretty much gives us 10 more feet of usable space. And by that usable space, what I mean, like when we go down this area is where we will eventually have a lean-to for our wood storage. And, once we clear this out, that could be a place where we put our lean-to for our wood storage, is right back in this area we're cleaning out right now. Instead of out here, trying to find a place out here. This ground, even though we haven't been able to use it, is level, and this is, hilly, which I don't want to change that. I want to leave it the way it is. Just we like the way it looks. And we don't want to have buildings, nothing but buildings down through here. We're going to try to keep everything to the border as we can. So we may not put I'm not saying we're going to definitely put the lean-to right here, but it's just an example. What I really am thinking is down there where all that wood is stored and the brush is stored. That's where I'm thinking of putting it. And I'd like to be able to keep this big tree here, but it may eventually have to come down, but maybe not. I mean, it's not really hurting anything. If we could build around it, that's what I'll do. So right now I stopped because I'm going to take my weed eater grass attachment off. Where I've been getting the weeds, but you can see the bigger your weeds get, they just start wrapping around the post. So this little guy right here is going to take that place. It's an attachment and it works really good. If you're going to buy a weed eater, they make them now with these attachments and they're easy to take off. You just loosen the handle up. Well, that's what this one is. Loosen the handle up. You have a little pin that you push in and pull it out, and just snap the other one in. Those are the best kind of weed eaters to get, no matter what brand you get. I think they all pretty much have them now. And all kinds of other attachments you can get. The only other one we have is a little chainsaw attachment, which it works really good too. I mean, it's for real small stuff. It's on the blade. I'll show it to you sometime, maybe in the video. Blade's only about 8-9 inches long at the most. Anyway, I'm going to use it on these right here. I'm getting ready to go find my gloves because those are briar bushes. And that's one of the most prominent weeds we have on this whole property, and are mainly up in the woods, is those briar bushes. And it makes it really hard to go explore unless you have something with you to cut them, because they will stick to you, man. All right, back at it. As you see, that thing is great for clearing stuff. It'll probably go, I haven't done anything bigger than what I just cut, but man, you get it right down to the ground, and you don't just treat it like a regular weed eater. You don't just, you kind of ease into it, kind of like you're using a saw or a chainsaw or something, and man, it'll just cut them right off. You can get it cut down even with the ground, because I'm going to be clearing this off with the John Deere loader bucket. I'm going to try to smooth some of this out because it's really hilly, still got junk down on the ground. I'm going to try to get out, but the first thing I'm going to do after I get some of this metal out is we're going to start hauling the logs down, starting with this one sitting right below the camera right here. May just go ahead and cut it up in a few small pieces, and haul it down. And some of the stuff I'm gonna try to cut to where I can get it in my loader bucket, but then some of those are just huge, so I'm just going to try to drag them down. We're getting there. out a good spot. Start piling rocks up. Robin says she has a place down here. Let's see. Yep, right there, that's Chewy's grave. We still haven't put anything, markings on the headstone yet. We're going to. We can tell you one thing, he's the best dog in the world. He really was. We knew that when he was alive, but you really didn't just pay attention to it until he was gone. And our 3 dogs we got now, we love them to death, but man, I tell you, there's nothing like that dog that I've ever met in my life. Look here, can't zoom in on it. Look at that pretty thing. Hey, pretty thing. Hopefully you can see it good. Let me put my glasses on. Now, I'm not a turtle connoisseur. I don't know if you can tell, that thing's got a fancy looking little shell on it. I'm gonna leave him alone. I just happened to see him over here while I was sitting here telling you about Chewy. Pretty neat. This is down close to the creek. Okay, just by moving those couple of rocks, I mean, you can almost see from here different stuff that's piled. It's hard to tell what I'm going to find when I eventually get down there. Of course, I already saw that. It's like an old bed spring or something. So, not sure what that is. But anyway, I think what I'm going to do is just from here over is all I really need right now to start getting all these logs that are up there down to the bottom. So I don't think, because I think I'm going to uncover some nastiness under here that once I start, I'm probably not going to be able to stop. So for now, I'm just going to start clearing straight back that way the logs that I've already started cutting here, and then the ones up there, I'll see what I got to do to get them drugged down to the bottom. And then, there we go. And then we'll come back and tackle all this through here, because there's a bunch of rock under here that I'm uncovering. And what I don't want to do is end up creating just a big gap to where that'll start falling down and cause the bank to fall away. I don't want to do that either, which I don't think I'm going to. I just want to take my time with it. So, but I definitely need to get all those logs that are up there down to the bottom first. So that's what we'll do. And of course, got some weed eating to do also, but that's minor stuff. That won't take long. All right. And you can see just the difference, just moving that one rock. Just, it's hard telling what I'm going to find when I start digging there. It looks like an old plumbing pipe. So it's hard telling what I'm going to find once I start leveling this off for my lean-to that we're going to build. All right, I'm going to try something, just see if I can save a little time for right now. We all want to try to save time. I'm going to try strapping my strap around here and seeing if the old John Deere will pull this whole piece down the hill. I think it will. We're about to find out. Okay, well obviously I don't want this thing digging a rut all the way down to where it's going. So I'm going to see if I can kind of use this bucket to lift it up a little, just a little bit's all it needs, and drag it that way. Let's see, get this out of here. The small strap, maybe. That is the small strap. All right. Got it off the ground some, so let's see what happens. I'll have to cut some of this off because now, remember the rocks I just dumped? Maybe I should have left them in the bucket. Well, let me see if I can find something small enough that will give me enough counterweight, because that's what the problem is. Now my front end's coming off the ground because it's digging into the ground here. So let me see if I can find some rock real quick. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, that didn't go quite as expected. The tractor was perfectly capable of pulling that whole log, but hopefully it came through in the video. had a part of the log that was jutting down, and it was digging into the ground, which didn't have enough weight on the front. So instead of me trying to find weight, I just got my chainsaw and cut it down. I'll just have to go back and get the rest of it and bring it down here to this pile. So, but the tractor was willing, just didn't have the right mechanisms to get it there. Maybe one of these days we can buy some counterweights. As you can see, right now it's 88 degrees. It's supposed to be a high of 89, so shoot, it's going to be pretty cool. Yesterday it was 90 something. I thought it was supposed to be 92 today. So anyway, I've been at it for a little while again, so I'm going to go in the house, cool down and rehydrate, and come back in a little while. The sun now, as you can see, is all in that area just till about 11 or so, maybe a little later, around noon is when the sun really starts coming over the trees that way. And then in a little while, well, not a little while, but later on this afternoon, it'll be going down behind those trees. So that happens around 5, something like that, 6. So anyway, we'll take a little break and we'll be back in a little while.